Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. we started off last week making a video where I talked about how I became a real chiropractor, and we were telling you about this lady called Joan who was in her 80s. She came into us because she had neck and arm pain, and when she came into us she'd been penciled for open heart surgery because she needed a valve replacing and the valve was badly damaged. And after we'd worked with her for 3 months, maybe 4, she was at a point where she was doing a lot better with her neck and a lot better with her arm. And when she went back to Wythenshawe to see the heart team, the cardiology team, they said, oh, let's redo your tests. And they redid her tests and they said, you've actually got a very minor heart valve problem. You don't need surgery after all. And that was one of the many turning points in my career that led me to becoming what I'd consider a real chiropractor. And what I'm getting at is that it used to be from the year 1895, so a bit before Em and I was born, all the way through to the 50s, the 60s, it was completely normal that no matter what was wrong with somebody, and we're talking patients with all and any health conditions you can imagine, it used to be completely normal that you could go to a chiropractor and what they'd tell you was, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Smith, Dave, Tommy, these things that have brought you to us, I can't cure you, I can't treat you, I can't heal you, I can't do a thing about your symptoms, can't do a thing about any of that, but what we can do is let's take a look at your spine and your spinal cord. And this is what we do here at Wigan Family Chiropractic Hospital, and everybody we've ever helped, I'm going to tell you how we did it. What we did was, number 1, we checked people's spines with our hands, and what we were looking for was, and what we look for every day, is places where, hi Angela, hello Elaine, we look for places where people's spines and spinal cords are stuck, and that has the effect of disconnecting to some extent your brain and your body, which is not a very good situation. When we found that, then often we look at taking x-ray pictures. We also look at doing scans of the nerves in the spinal cord, because when we do things like x-ray studies and scans, it lets us see what's going on below the surface. And then when we work with a person, we've got more information to base our work on. And then what we do is, it sounds really simple, and that's because it actually is. My job in helping people revolves around releasing wherever someone's spinal cord is stuck. We use our hands to gently and carefully release it. And the big upshot of that is it cures nothing. It treats nothing. What it does do is it means that a person's mind and the brain can then communicate through your spinal cord. If I've helped a person release it, it's a lot like a telephone line that the brain can talk through better to all the other telephones around your body. If you think about your heart having a telephone, your stomach having one, your legs having one, your muscles having one. Once your chiropractor has helped free up your spinal cord, even just a little bit, it means that your brain can send signals around the rest of your body a lot better. And everything in your body that your body does depends to a certain extent on your brain being able to communicate with it well. So when people have chiropractic care, when they start, we say to them, well, here's the thing, we can help your brain and body be able to communicate better. A lot of people figure out, oh, that's a good thing for me anyway. That's a lot like making sure I've got a good air supply to my lungs because the rest of my body needs oxygen. And we say to people, you've got an ability to heal. And people go, what do you mean exactly? And we'll say, well, there's 3 really nice examples. People are in a state of healing all the time. And what I'm getting at there is your body, everybody's body watching this video and everybody across the planet is constantly making new cells to replace themselves. So let's say we cut ourselves. Your body is growing new skin cells anyway. It just happens that your body, when you cut yourself, will grow skin cells at the cut area to fill in that gap and grow your new skin. If we break our bone, our body knows how to grow new bone to plaster up the crack and let you have a new bone again. And it turns out that that's happening everywhere around your body, not just in your bones, not just in your skin, but even parts of your brain are replacing themselves, your heart's replacing itself. So all the people that we've ever helped, I learned from chiropractors that aren't even practicing anymore, that the reason why chiropractic helps people is people's bodies are healing all the time anyway. It's your birthright. It's what your body's designed to do. You're doing it even if you don't want it to happen. When your chiropractor comes to help you, what they're doing is just making sure that your brain and your body have got a better connection with each other. And that way, all the cells that are replacing themselves to repair you and to heal you and keep you alive have got a better source of information coming from there so they can do their job better. So the lady who went from having a severely damaged heart valve to a minor damaged one, she'd been replacing those cells in her heart all along. But when she had chiropractic care, it looked like, because we'd helped her brain communicate with the entire rest of her body better, it had helped her heart make the repairs that it did. And we said to her at the time, can't claim any credit for that. I've not done it. I've not fixed you. I've not healed you. I've not cured you. She said, but I have, haven't I? And I said, that's the point. And that's one of the deepest messages of chiropractic, that it really doesn't matter what's wrong with a person. You've always got the ability to heal. You've always got the ability to get better. And do you know what? It doesn't just apply with physical health problems. But we were explaining this morning when we were interviewing. We're interviewing for a new chiropractic assistant, and we were trying to share with them why it's different here to working in a lot of other chiropractors and dentists for that matter. So we were saying about how the body heals itself, but we said a lot of people will know us for neck and back and nerve problems. But I showed them some pictures, and I'm going to show you them now. So let's just flip the camera. So you see these pictures that are here by the television. You can tell the little girl who did those was about 5 or 6 when she did them. Right, here's the thing. So the little girl who did those pictures, when she came in, she didn't really want to walk up any stairs. She had to be carried quite a lot. She could walk. She had learning problems, and she'd been told medically that, well, your little girl, expect her to regress back to being like a baby. She's going to need a wheelchair, and she'll be a cabbage. Not my words. This was the words that come from, I believe, the medical profession to her mum. So we gave her chiropractic care, and over the course of a few months, she started chatting, she started laughing, she'd run into the room to see us all, she'd dress up in fancy dress, and she did all those pictures that are still on that television now. I mean, she did those probably 4 or 5 years ago now. So that's an example of somebody who had been given the opinion that, well, you're never going to get any better. Mentally and physically, you won't develop. Imagine saying that to a little child's parents. And all I did was do a child-friendly version of chiropractic care with her. And before you knew it, in fact, she dressed up as a pirate once. She came in and said, "Aha, Mike, I'm going to." And she was waving a plastic sword around. I was waving something around, and I ended up hitting that, that chandelier that you can see behind me on the ceiling. I ended up hitting the chandelier with something I had hanging around. And as her mum came into the room, my mum told her off because her mum thought that she'd hit the chandelier with a toy plastic sword. So this is a child who was said, you're going to be in a wheelchair, you're going to be a cabbage, and she's dressing up, doing pirate impressions, brandishing a sword at me. So I just thought I'd share these stories with you guys because at the heart of what we do is just letting anybody and everybody know it doesn't matter what's wrong. You've always got the ability to heal. It's built into you. Nobody can give it you. Nobody can take it off you. I can help you use it, but that's all I can do. And when you get better, you, the patient, should get all the credit. Funnily enough, a lot of people give me the credit, but, you know, we try to smile and not be rude, but say to people, well, as one old man says who comes in here, he says, well, Mike, you couldn't do it without me, could you? And he's completely right. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Thank you, everybody who's on here. Thank you, Julie. Nice to see you again. Thank you. Thank you, Anka. Thank you, Vicky. Dwayne, good afternoon. Good to see you. Karen, good afternoon. Catherine, good afternoon. Danny, thank you for being on here. Elaine, good to see you. Thanks for being on here. And Angela, good to see you too. Have a good afternoon, everybody. and enjoy your day. I'll see you all soon.